那么我们在看圣经当中有尼希米记、以斯拉记、尼希米记是以斯帖记这3卷是指的被掳然后归回的那一段的历史。
These four books, Book of Nehemiah, Esther, Ezra.
那么在这个历史的地位来讲那么尼希米记跟以斯拉记是他们被掳70年以后归回来的神的百姓犹大人回到了犹大地的这个历史记载。
Especially the Book of Nehemiah and the Book of Esther is regarding the Israelites being taken in captivity, and after 70 years they returned to Israel.
那以斯帖记呢是记载的那他们归回了以后，那些还留在巴比伦的那些人的那个历史。
The Book of Esther is especially describing the history of the Jews who had remained in Babylon after the rest of the Israelites had returned.
假使以这3卷来讲照时间的排列的来讲呢，以斯帖记是排在以斯拉记跟尼希米记的中间。
And chronologically, Book of Esther should be placed between the Book of Nehemiah and Book of Ezra.
因为以斯拉记记载完了以后，大概经过30几年，然后我们就可以在以斯帖记就在描写这一段，然后以斯帖记又经过30几年以后，然后再写到这个尼希米记。
Because the Book of Esther is taking place about 30 years after the recording of Book of Ezra, and Book of Nehemiah is 30 years after Esther.
那么你这个以斯帖记又在圣经里面有比较特殊的地方。
And there are some special characteristics regarding the Book of Esther.
那我们再看这个圣经里面用女人做名字来写的圣经只有2卷。
There are only 2 books in the entire Bible that uses a woman's name as the name of the book.
一件是路得记。
One is the Book of Ruth.
但另外一件就是以斯帖记。
The other is the Book of Esther.
那么这2件他在写的过程当中，那个路得记他是在谈的是救赎。
And the Book of Ruth, these 2 books, the Book of Ruth is regarding the plan of redemption.
那么这个以斯帖记呢是讲神怎么样来拯救那个以色列这个犹大族民的灭亡。
And the Book of Esther is describing how God had planned deliverance to deliver the Israelites out of destruction.
那么在这个以斯帖记当中又有一个很特别的地方。
There's also another spiritual characteristics regarding the Book of Esther.
你从以斯帖记第1章一直看到最后面，从来没有写一个神字，没有写神字。
And from reading from the first chapter to the last, you'll never see the word God.
但是呢，在这个以斯帖记的当中，字里行间当中充满了神的作为。
But yet the works of God fills the entire Book of Esther.
所以我们在读这个以斯帖记的时候呢，求主耶稣是给我们有聪明智慧，能够体会出，在写这一段里面，除了对历史的交代以外，对我们今天的信徒到底给我们有什么要去学习、要去思考的地方。
May the Lord give all of us wisdom to understand that in addition to just a piece of historical recording, what is it that God wants us to understand and learn from this book?
那么我们在这个读以斯帖记的过程里面，对这个时间点要把它抓清楚。
And we have to be very clear about the time in this book.
它在这2个时间的对比。
And the comparison of the timing of different events.
事件当中的对比。
And the recording, the comparison of the timing of the event that took
所以
place.
这就是我们要去读清楚的时候，你就能慢慢能够读出说以斯帖记神从这以斯帖记要告诉我们一些什么。
If you're clear about the timing, then you'll understand what is it that God wants us to learn about this book.
所以我今天来这里头，早上下午都从以斯帖记来分享。
This morning and afternoon, I will share teachings from this book.
那今天早上呢，先从这个以斯帖记当中记载的这个宴席这个来跟大家一起来学习。
And this morning, I'd like to learn with everyone the topic of the feast in the Book of Esther.
那我们要再仔细的看这个以斯帖记我们可以发现到以斯帖记里面一共记载着有3组，然后有6次的宴席。
And if you read the Book of Esther records 3 groups of feasts, and there are a total of 6 feasts.
那第一组的宴席呢是国王的宴席。
The first group of feast is the feast of the king.
第2组的宴席是皇后以斯帖的宴席。
Then the second group is the feast of Queen Esther.
第3组的宴席呢是犹大人的宴席。
The third group of feast is the feast of the Jews.
所以呢，我们在看这个以斯帖记的时候，我们假使仔细去分享、去思考它的时候，真的很好玩。他用这个筵席的角度 来阐明神的作为，神的很宝贵的道理。
This is interesting regarding the book of Esther is from the perspective of different feasts to declare the works of God.
所以这个筵席来讲，婚宴筵席这个来讲，在圣经里面用筵席的这个来表达真理的地方有很多。
And there are many examples in the book to declare the truth from the perspective of a banquet or a feast.
比如说耶稣行第一个神迹
For an example, the first miracle performed by Lord Jesus,
是在迦拿的筵席。
and it was during a banquet in Canaan.
到了启示录最后面的那一个筵席，
And the feast in the last book in Revelation,
那是婚宴羔羊的婚宴的筵席。
and that is the banquet or feast of the Lamb.
所以有时候我们在看圣经的时候，他用这个筵席这个角度来解释，来让我们来阐明神的真理。这个是在以斯帖记当中可以给我们很清楚的体会。
And the way to describe the truth and the works of God from the perspective of the feast, and this is very clearly seen in the book of Esther.
所以呢，我们在这个以斯帖记里面一共可以看到6个筵席，
So in the book of Esther, we can see 6 different feasts.
但是其实当中还有一个筵席是神的筵席，
But amongst all of them, there is one big feast that is a feast of God.
但是这个筵席是隐藏的筵席。
But that is a hidden feast.
那我们今天早上就从这个6个筵席来讲，跟大家一起来分享。
And this morning, I'd like to share with everyone from the 6 feasts.
那么在以斯帖记里面的这个王的筵席让我们从这个王的筵席开始来思想它。
And from the book of Esther, we can learn and think about the feast from the king's feast.
我们请看这个以斯帖记的第1章。
Let's turn to Esther chapter 1,
我们请看第3节。
verse 3.
以斯帖记第1章的第3节说，在位第3年，为他一切的首领、臣仆设摆筵席，有波斯和马代的这个权贵，就是各省的贵胄和首领，在他的面前。
Verse 3, that in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast for all the officials and servants, the power of Persia, the Media, the nobles, the prince of the provinces being before him.
在这里面的记载的王的，在以斯帖记里面，我讲到王的筵席。
In the book of Esther, this is a recording of the king's feast.
这个的筵席，是第一个筵席。
This is the first feast.
然后我们要看到这个第2章第2章的18节。
Let's turn to chapter 2, verse 18.
第2章的18节说，王因以斯帖的缘故，给众首领和臣仆摆设大筵席，又豁免各省的租税，并照王的后裔大赏赐，大颁赏赐。
Verse 18, the king made a great feast, the feast of Esther, for all his officials and servants, and he proclaimed a holiday in the provinces and gave gifts according to the generosity of a king.
那么在这个以斯帖记里面，王呢就有这2个筵席。
In the book of Esther, the king had these 2 feasts.
我先把所有的筵席都讲掉，然后我们再看那个王后的筵席，以斯帖的筵席呢？
Then what about the feast of the Queen Esther?
以斯帖的筵席呢？我们再看从第5章。
That is in chapter 5.
我们看第5章的第4节。
Chapter 5, verse 4.
第5章的第4节，以斯帖说：“王若以为美，就请王带着哈曼今天赴我所预备的筵席。”
Verse 4, so Esther answered, if it pleases the king, let the king and Haman come today to the banquet that I have prepared for him.
那么在这里面记载着王后的第一个筵席。
Here records the first banquet of the queen.
那么我们再看第8节。
And verse 8.
第8节第5章的第8节说：“我若在王的眼前蒙恩，王若愿意是我所要的，准我所求的，请王带着哈曼再赴我所为你所预备的筵席。明日我必照王所问的来说明。”
Verse 8, if I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it pleases the king to grant my petition and fulfill my request, then let the king and Haman come to the banquet which I will prepare for them, and tomorrow I will do as the king had asked.
那这个里面所讲到的就是王后的第2个筵席。
And this records the second banquet of the queen.
那么再讲到第三组的就第5个筵席。
Then the third group of the feast, which is the fifth feast.
那第三组的筵席是犹大人的筵席
The third group of feast is the feast of the Jews.
啊。那么在这里面啊，在讲到的犹大人办筵席呢，有2次
There are 2 times that the Jews held a banquet.
啊。我们来看这个第8章的第17节。
Let's turn to chapter 8, verse 17.
第8章的17节说，王的谕旨所到的各省各城，犹大人都欢喜快乐，摆设筵席，以那日为吉日。那国的人民有许多人因为惧怕犹太人，就入了犹大籍。
Verse 17, and in every province and city, wherever the king commands and decrees came, the Jews had joy and gladness, a feast and a holiday. Then many of the people of the land become Jews, because fear for the Jews fell upon them.
好，那在这里面是记载的犹大人的第一个筵席。
And here records the first feast of the Jews.
我们再看到第9章，
Let's turn to chapter
第
9.
9章的第18节。
Chapter 9, verse 18.
第18节说，但书珊的犹大人这13、14日聚集，杀戮仇敌，15日安息，以这日为设筵席欢乐的日子。19节，
19
所以住在无城墙的乡村的犹大人，如今多以亚达月14日为设筵欢乐的吉日，彼此馈赠礼物。
Verse 18, but the Jews who were at Shushan assembled together in the 13th day as well as on the 14th. And on the 15th of the month they rested and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Therefore the Jews of the villages who dwelt in the unwalled town celebrated the 14th day of the month of Adar with gladness and feasting as a holiday and for sending presents to one another.
好，那么在这里面就记载了犹大人的第2个筵席。
Here records the second feast of the Jews.
那么这个筵席到底在讲什么？
So what are these feasts talking about?
圣经里面用这个筵席，我们再看，它都是一对，就两个。
And the Bible used 3 sets of a group of 2 feasts.
原来呢，我们在这个以斯帖记当中，以斯帖记是讲到说神怎么样救以色列百姓，免得被人家杀掉。
The Book of Esther is describing how the Lord delivered the Jews so that they're spared from being destroyed.
因为他们被掳到巴比伦去已经过了70年了，
Because it's been 70 years since they were taken captives in
那
Babylon.
国王也颁布命令可以让他们回去。
And the king also had told them that they can return.
有些人他回去了，
So some people had
有
returned,
些人没有回去。
others have remained.
那么要是讲到这个时候，会有让我们想到这个那耶利米书里面的记载。
And this also reminds us the recording in the book of Jeremiah.
我们讲到耶利米先知是一个流泪的先知，
We know that the prophet Jeremiah was the weeping prophet.
在当时他的劝这些犹大人要投降。
That at the time he was trying to convince the Israelites, the Jews, to surrender.
所以这个耶利米先知也说起来是蛮辛苦的一个工作。
And this is a very challenging task.
在一般人看来，你这个是叛国啊，
And most of them might feel that he is a traitor.
但是神却要耶利米叫他们那些百姓投降，
But yet God wanted Prophet Jeremiah to tell the people to surrender.
然后去到这个巴比伦去的时候，要去建造房屋，要把家室建立起来，尽量去生产，让他家庭里面能够人丁兴旺。
And that when they're taken captives in the foreign land, that God wanted them to procreate, to be productive, to grow their families.
所以他这个工作来讲，对耶利米先知来讲，这个是相当辛苦的工作。
So this was a very challenging, difficult work for Prophet Jeremiah.
所以我们在这个诗篇的上行之诗里面，我们常常会用到的就是流泪撒种的必欢呼收割。
In the ascending hymns or psalms in the book of Psalm, we learn that those who sow in tears will reap with joy.
所以带着眼泪出去的，就是只是被掳到巴比伦去的投降的那些人。
So those who left with tears are referring to the Jews that were taken captives.
经过了70年，他们欢呼收割，带着禾捆回来了。
And that 70 years later, they return with joy.
所以这一句话在灵会的时候，布道会要到的时候，我们常常会传道者会引用这段圣经。
And this is a common passage that the pastors refer to right before the spiritual convocation.
那在以斯帖记里面，这些人 可以回来，但是他们没有回来，留在巴比伦。
And in the book of Esther, these are the group of people that could have returned to Jerusalem but chose to stay.
当然，留在巴比伦有神的意思在里面。
And of course,
有神的意思。
remained in Babylon had God's will in there.
但是呢，在这里面记载的这个3组6个筵席。
But in this book, it records 3 sets of 2 feasts.
那么第一个筵席呢，王的这个筵席呢，原本这个王他统治了国家这么兴旺的时候，要表示他的荣耀。
And the king held a feast to proclaim his majesty at the peak of his reign.
所以他这个王就摆设了筵席。
And that's why the king held the feast.
王一高兴，又想到他的这个太太，这王后是多么的漂亮。
And when the king was filled with joy, he remembered how beautiful his wife, the queen, was.
所以要在他的众部下之下来表示说，你看我这个太太多漂亮。
And so before all the officials and the people, he wanted to show his wife's beauty.
结果在那一场的筵席当中，这个皇后呢，那个瓦斯提呢，她不赞同王的这个动作。
But during that feast, Queen Vashti refused to come and cooperate.
结果在这场宴席当中呢，王呢就把王后给废掉。
And it was during that feast that the king was furious and dethroned the queen.
然后呢，在后来皇后一废掉以后，后来又开始在选妃啊、选皇后的这个动作。
Then after he dethroned the queen, he had to look for another queen.
所以以斯帖记里面就是以斯帖为做主要的目标，这个主题再开始在讲的这个神怎么样来拯救这个犹大人。
Book of Esther used the character Esther as a theme of this book to show how God planned to deliver the Jews.
所以到了第2章的第17节、17节、18节那个地方，就可以发现到后来这个以斯帖呢被选为皇后。
In chapter 2, verse 17 and 18, you'll see that Esther was selected as a queen.
这王很高兴，就又摆设筵席了。
And the king was filled with joy, so he set out another feast.
所以第一组的这个王的筵席，第一组的王的筵席。
The first set of the feast of the kings.
第一个筵席是会皇后。
And the first feast was to dethrone the queen.
第二个是立皇后。
The second feast was to set the queen.
所以在这两个筵席当中，彼此都有互补的互相的关系。
And so these 2 feasts are related.
那么神呢？我在读这个以斯帖记的当中，可以体会到神用这个筵席来把神的这个作为、神的这个拯救的这一切的动作，借着这个筵席来把它彰显出来。
Through these 2 feasts that God has shown his work of deliverance.
那么王的这个筵席来讲，会的这个皇后，立这个新的皇后，是为了预备着神的这个救赎。
The feast of the king, where he dethroned the previous queen and set a new queen, is to prepare for the future.
其实这三组的筵席当中，第一个的筵席是为了第二个筵席所预备的。
In all 3 sets of the feast, the first feast is in preparation for the second feast.
王的第一个筵席是会皇后。
The first feast of the king is to dethrone the queen.
假使皇后没有废掉，就没有第二个新的皇后的封立。
Had the previous queen not been dethroned, then there would never be a second queen.
假使没有皇后这个新的皇后的这个封立了以后呢，这个对于以色列这个犹大人的这个的救赎拯救的这个工作来讲，就不是那么顺利了。
If the second queen was not set, then delivering the Jews would not be as easy.
所以你再看这两个的筵席的这个关系。
So this is a relationship of the 2 feasts.
那我们再看到第二组的筵席。
Let's look at the second set of the
第二组
feast.
的筵席呢是皇后的筵席。
The second set of feast is the banquet of the queen.
那么从第一组的筵席到第二组的筵席的中间，曾经发生了一段的插曲。
Between the 2 sets of feast, there's something that took place.
那么在这个插曲当中，是在描写了当时这个国王的这宰相这个哈曼呢，得到王相当的喜爱跟尊重。
What happened in between is that there's a character named Haman. He was well respected by the king.
他在圣经里面在描写这个哈曼呢是他呢是雅甲族的人。 3章第1节
Chapter 3, verse 1, Haman was the Agagite.
啊。那么雅甲族呢？假设我们要是在看，原来这个雅甲族就是以实玛利的后代。
The tribe of Agagite is the descendant of Ishmael.
啊，那么这个亚玛利人呢，当时以色列百姓要从埃及离开埃及要进入迦南地的时候，在路上呢，亚玛利人常常害这个以色列人。
During the journey into the land of Canaan, the Agagite many times were trying to harm the
那
Israelites.
么神也说，这个亚玛利人呢是世世代代跟以色列人为敌的。
And God also said that the Agagite for generations will be in opposition of the
而
Israelites.
且神要叫他们要把这亚玛利人消灭掉。
And God had told the Israelites to destroy the Agagites.
但是在扫罗王的时候，没有完成这个动作。
But they were not destroyed during the time of Saul.
结果他们的后代延伸到今天，
And that's why their descendant had continued to this
变
day.
成了要成为消灭犹大族的敌人。
And they became the enemy who were trying to destroy the Jews.
啊，那么在这里面又出现了一个第2号的人物，就是末底改。
And there's another character that appeared that is Mordecai.
啊，我们发现这个末底改他在城门口里面当看，等于说是守卫的这个皇宫的。
Mordecai was a person that was a guard at the king's gate.
啊，那么末底改呢，对于这个哈曼，他死都不向他跪拜。
And Mordecai refused to bow in front of Haman.
啊，当然末底改他是遵守着这个他们的律法的规定，他不向他跪拜。
This is because Mordecai was following the tradition, so he refused to bow to Haman.
因为这种的动作，使得哈曼呢，这个人很骄傲，就很心里就很不高兴。
Haman was a very arrogant man, and this had provoked him.
后来他去调查说，这个人就是犹大人。
And so he went and investigated and realized that Mordecai was a Jew.
这个哈曼这个人，这个心胸真的是很狭窄。
Haman, this person, was very, very jealous.
假使末底改不跟你跪拜，你就处理这个就好了。但是他不只处理末底改，要把犹大族全部都处理掉。
He could have just killed Mordecai, but instead he wanted to kill the entire tribe of Jews.
啊，那在这个地方里面呢，第二组的筵席当中，神怎么样啊？借着皇后的筵席，把这个亚玛利人的后代，在这个他们的国家里面对他们的威胁的这些人，怎么把它除掉？
And during the second set of feasts, it showed how God, through the feast, had destroyed the descendants of the Agagite.
啊，所以这个第二组皇后的这个筵席是这个的进行的过程是非常的精彩的，非常的时间非常的短暂的。
And what took place in the second feast took place rather fast.
好，那么呢，当这件事情，哈曼心里很不高兴，想要害这个犹大人。
And so what happened displeases Haman, and he wanted to destroy the Israelites, the Jews.
所以他借着他是宰相，
So he thought that because he's a prime minister,
而且呢，王又这么信任他，
and that the king had trusted him.
所以呢，他就跟王来献祭，
And so he then offered a plan to the
叫他
king
来立了一条的律法，
to ask the king to set a decree.
就是要把国内的所有的犹大人全部杀掉。
And the plan was to destroy all the Jews in the city.
啊，所以从我们这个故事的这个表面上来看法，就是说个人的恩怨之间的问题。
It seems from reading this book that this is the revenge or conflicts between two people.
但是在深一层的角度去看它的时候，你可以看到亚玛利人跟着犹大人这个历史的恩怨的问题，一直继续延续下去。
But if you delve deeper, you realize this is actually the conflicts between Agagite and the Jews.
然后呢，神要让这个犹大人存活，那就要把亚玛利人这些要把它除掉。
If God wanted to deliver the Jews and save them, he had to destroy the Agagites.
这个也就是今天延伸到我们今天我们的实际的信仰生活当中也是一样。我们今天要成为一个神的百姓，过着一个属神的生活的人，要把亚玛利人要把它除掉。
And that applies to all of us. If you want to lead a holy life, belong to God, then we have to destroy the Agagites in our lives.
所以这个亚玛利人是预表的肉体情欲。
And so Agagites are symbolizes our lust and our desires.
好，那么呢，在这里面呢，就在这个皇后要开始办筵席的前呢，就发生了很精彩的事情。
There's something very interesting that took place before the queen's banquets.
那么呢，这个哈曼就跟王建议了。
Haman then offered a plan to the
他说
king.
这个我们国中的这些犹大人是在万民中的律法不同，又不守我们国王的律法，所以呢，跟这些人跟王没有益处了。在第3章的第8节。
In verse 8, he said that there are certain people scattered and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of your kingdom, and their laws are different from all of other people's.
所以他是宰相，他跟王讲话起来呢，王当然听宰相的话的建议的时候，想想，这个犹大人对他没有利益有也好，没有也好杀掉算了，这样。
Because he was a prime minister, when he made an advice to the king thought that that these are the Jews that are no use to him, so it might as well kill them.
然后再来这个哈曼呢，他不但心里恶毒，而且呢，这个使用的手段也是很恶劣的。
And Haman not only had a very cruel heart, the way that he had planned to destroy the Jews was very brutal.
所以在第3章的第9节那个地方呢，他一个是威胁，一个利诱，就希望王能够同意他的意见。
And so he also trying to bribe and bribe the king, and also trying to get the king to accept his advice.
就是为了一个目的，不他跟他跪拜，他就要杀掉所有的犹大人。
And he did all this just because Mordecai refused to bow before him. He wanted to kill the entire tribe.
所以第9节说，王你若是以为美下旨意来杀灭他们的时候，我愿意捐出10000他连得的银子来给他。
So he said that if it pleases the king, let a decree be written on the day, and that I will pay 10,000 talents of silver into the hands of those who do the work.
我们在读起来的时候，10000他连得，好像我们读起来就10000他连得就读过去了。
And it seems not a big deal that it's just 10,000 talents.
那历史学家在研究这一段的历史当中，就发现一件事情：当时的亚哈水鲁王的1年的收入，他统治这么多的收入的是多少呢？14560他连得。收入全国的全年的收入是这么多钱。
The historians had calculated and studied this, that the income for the entire year for King Ahasuerus is about 10,000.
那1456，14560他连得。
10,456 talents.
换一句话说呢，他捐出来的钱是全国收入的大概2/3。
In other words, what Haman had offered to the king is about 2/3 of the entire income for the kingdom.
他用这个方式来希望王能够给他下令来杀犹大人。
This is the method that he used to hope that the king will agree with him and kill all the Jews.
那我们在看这一段的时候，我们就可以发现，这个哈曼好有钱啊。
And once you read this, you realize that Haman was very rich.
那么哈曼为什么那么有钱？
Why was it that he's so rich?
那么我们开始会去联想去想。
So then you might start have some
现
theories.
在人都想说，会有钱一定是贪污。
And some might think nowadays we think that if somebody's rich, you probably accept bribery.
还有哈曼可能他有另外的打算。
That Haman may have another plan.
因为呢，他在他们那个时代的背景里面去杀人家，而且可以把他们所有的财产全部都掠夺为猎物的。
Because back in that time in the history, if they wanted to take somebody's possessions, they can kill that person and take all their possessions.
换一句话说，他投资一万，他这10000他连得，可能他杀人抢过来的钱可能会超过10000他连得。
And that to offer 10,000 talents for all the people that he killed and destroyed, he would have made more than 10 talents.
结果呢，王呢就接受了哈曼的建议。
So king then accepted his advice.
但是呢，说你这个10000他连得不要，这归给你，我不要。
But yet the king refused to take the 10,000 talents.
所以呢，就发了第一条的法令。
And so he set the first decree.
就在12月的13日那一天，他们可以把犹大人杀掉。
The 13th day of the first month, they were able to kill all the Jews.
而且呢，这个命令下去的时候呢，王的戒指呢，也就是盖上印。
And it was sealed with the king's signet ring.
所以这条法令一盖上去了以后呢，整个在被掳的国家里面的犹大人 生命就没有得保障。
Once this decree was sealed, then all the Jews in the kingdom would die.
所以在那一段的时间里面呢，犹大人生命受到威胁。
So during that time, all the life of the Jews were threatened.
那个在这里面正月13日正月13日这个命令就发布。
And this decree was given on the 13th day of the first month.
到了执行日是当年的12月的13日。
The day of execution is the last month of the 13th day of the last month.
因为他还要传递的消息传到全国去。
Because they had to deliver all the news and the decrees to different part of the kingdom.
这个哈曼还用这个研究去算哪一个是良日吉时吉辰可以去杀犹大人。
And Haman also was trying to figure out which is a good day, a lucky day to kill all the Jews.
结果选到是12月13日。
And the day that he chose was the 13th day of the 12th month.
所以有的时候我们在看这个人的作为好像可以达成他的目的。
And sometimes it seems that the work of a man can achieve its own purpose.
但是神的作为却在这个时候，神可以翻转，可以改变。
But yet God's work can change man's plan.
那么要怎么去翻转，怎么改变？
So how can God change?
结果呢，末底改呢就去叫人家去告诉皇后。
So Mordecai sent someone to tell this news to the queen.
那你今天当皇后是为了不是没有理由的啦。
That told Esther that the reason you become a queen was not for no reason.
因为末底改告诉他，跟他讲说，你在选皇后的时候，你不要告诉你说我是犹大人哦。
Mordecai told Esther when she was competing to become the queen, don't tell anyone that she was a Jew.
所以以斯帖的这个身份，人家不知道他是犹大人，
And therefore nobody knows that Esther was a Jew.
哈曼也不知道
Haman didn't know either.
因为末底改告诉他，你这个身份要隐藏起来。
Because Mordecai told her to conceal her position.
但是现在碰到这个问题的时候了，
But now when this problem rises,
所以就告诉他呢，我们要是看到第4章的第14节
in chapter 4, verse 14,
那么呢，末底改就跟以斯帖讲此时你若闭口不言，犹大人必从别的地方呢得到解救，门拯救，你和你的父家必灭亡。
Mordecai told Esther that, for if you remain completely silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for Jews from another place, but you and your father's house will perish.
焉知你今天得皇后的位分，不是为现今的机会吗？
Yet who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
就在这个时间点呢，那个皇后以斯帖就得到这个时候，她怎么做？
So what did Esther do after she received this news?
她就宣布禁食3天。
So she declared that she will fast for 3 days.
禁食3天以后，她去见王。
After 3 days, she went and see the king.
那去见王不是像你想说皇后要见王很简单，去见就可以见吗？
It's not that easy for a queen to see the king.
当时那些保护王的安全是很谨慎小心的。
At the time of the security, the guards protecting the king was very cautious.
没有王召见，你就跑到王的面前，你就被人家杀。就当时他的那个手下就会把他杀掉。
If the king did not call for you and you go see the king yourself, then the guard can easily kill you.
在那个状态之下，就是说，当他来的时候，王看到他的时候，没有召见他，看到他的时候，王把他金杖拿起来的话，他就免死。
But if king sees you and raises spear, then you can be spared.
就在这个时间点，他呢3天禁食以后，王已经很久没有召见他，他就去了，他准备死，要来见王一面。
So after she fasted for 3 days, she was prepared to die. So she went and saw king without being called.
结果神呢就动了王的心，王就把他金杖就举起来。
But God moved the heart of the king, so he raised and reached out his golden scepter.
一举起来以后，王后就平安无事了，来见王了。
After he raised the golden scepter, Esther was saved, so she came in.
那王就问王后：“你来见我要求什么？”
So the king asked her, "What do you wish?"
那这个王后讲话很好玩哦，你要求就是国的一半，我也给你。
And the king interestingly told her that what is your request? It shall be given to you up to half of the kingdom.
结果王后呢，她见王的时候讲话很简单，说我没有求什么，
But the queen's answer is that I'm not asking for anything.
只要你带着哈曼来 参加我所为你们预备的筵席就可以了。
That if it pleases the king, let King and Haman come today to the banquet that I have prepared for him.
这个就是王后所设的第一个筵席。
So this is the first banquet set by the queen.
请王带着哈曼，就是他的仇人哈曼来给他请客。
She asked King to bring Haman, who is her enemy, to come to attend her
然后
banquet.
请他来请客的时候呢，王又问皇后说：“你要求什么？”
After they attended the banquet, the king asked her again, "What is it your request?"
那王后讲话就很好玩哦，就是你要国家的一半我都给你
And interestingly, King said again that up to half the kingdom I will give it to you.
啊。结果呢，皇后呢就跟讲说，假使我在王的门那种，我愿意明天你再请王跟带着哈曼来参加我的这个筵席。
But Esther answered that if I find favor in the sight of the king, come tomorrow again to my banquet.
啊，说明天呢，我就必把王你所要问的我来说明。
Then tomorrow I will do as the king has said.
这就是皇后的两个筵席。
So these are the two feasts or two banquets of the queen.
你看这个筵席好像没什么，
It seemed like these are no big deal.
但是这个筵席影响起来就很大了。
But these two banquets had a great influence.
他的第一个筵席是为了第二个筵席所预备的。
The first banquet was set to prepare for the second
第一个筵
banquet.
席是邀请王带皇后来
The first banquet was asked the king to bring Haman.
啊。第二个筵席借着这个筵席当中把哈曼除掉。
Then during this banquet, then he killed Haman.
所以你看这两个筵席之间的这种关系真的是很微妙
And so these two banquets had a very interesting relationship.
哦。所以在这个第一个筵席跟第二个筵席只有一天之间，
And the two feasts are only one day apart.
那个精彩的那个时间点又快又精彩。
And the timing was very fast and it was very exciting.
那么王带着哈曼到给皇后请客的时候，哈曼很高兴
The second day, Haman gladly attended the second banquet.
哦。你看皇后都尊重我，
He thought that he was well respected by the
还
queen
请我呢。
and that she had a banquet for the king and she invited
他
me.
感觉说他的在国家的地位上，在皇后的心目中地位是很高的。
And so he thought that he was well respected and held in high regard by the queen.
但是要回家的时候，
But on the way
到了
home
城门口，
to the gate,
就看到这个末底改，又不理他了，也不跟他跪拜，
and he saw that Mordecai was there again and refused to bow to
本
him.
来很高兴，
He was at
看到
first
末底改
very
都很生气。
he was very joyful leaving the banquet, but when
回
he
到
saw
家里面的时
Mordecai,
候呢，他
he
就
was
跟他
upset.
的太太跟他的臣仆在讲了。
Then when he went home, he started to talk about this with his wife and his
皇后
nobles.
对我这么恩待，结果看到这个末底改的时候，让我本来是很高兴的，结果呢被泼了冷水，变得很生气。
And that he was very glad at first leaving the banquet, but when he saw Mordecai, he was very upset.
啊，结果在这个时候呢，他的太太跟他的一些的朋友呢，就跟他建议说，不如建了一个5丈高的这个木架。
So his wife and his friends then suggested to build a hanger that's 5 feet tall.
啊，这次记载在第5章的这个14节。
This is recorded in chapter 5, verse
第5章14
14.
节啊。然后呢，明天早上的时候你去求王，
And that tomorrow go make a petition to
就
the
把
the
末底改把他
king
吊上去。
to hang Mordecai on that gallows.
哦，结果就在当天就在他家里面就做5丈高的这个木杖。
Then that day at his house, he made a gallows 5 cubits high.
哎，就在这个时间点，
And it was in that moment,
这一天之间，
within one day.
啊，那天请客第一个筵席的那个晚上，哎，王睡觉的时候睡不着觉。
And then after the first the banquet that evening, king could not go to sleep.
啊，那一睡不着觉，很奇怪的，可能他们的习惯，那王就叫人家说拿历史书来念给我听。
Perhaps it's their habit. When somebody can't sleep, the king would send the servant to go get a history
哎，
book.
说也奇怪，
And
那
interesting,
些他的服侍王的去拿历史书的时候，怎么去拿到5年前的他的历史书？
and it's interesting that when the servants went to pick up a history book, he picked up something from 5 years ago.
啊，所以在第6章的第2节那里面呢，哦，就在念给王听的时候呢，就讲到说有2个守门的，哦，他说要下手来害这个亚哈水鲁王。
And as he was reading the recordings of the Chronicles, it mentioned there are 2 gatekeepers,
啊，这件事情已经5年了。
and it's been 5 years since this took
5年前的事
place.
情。
And this is 5 years ago.
啊，然后呢，然后末底改呢就跟皇后讲这件事情。
And Mordecai told this to the queen.
那皇后就跟王讲了，
And so queen told the
王
king.
就派人家去调查了，
Then king sent someone
王
to
就发现那两个人
investigate.
真的是要陷害他，
And then realized that these two people really were trying to plot against
结
him.
果就把这两个人除掉了，
And so he killed those two
但是
people.
他的历史书就写上去了。
And that was recorded in the recording the Chronicles.
就在那个时候，他睡不着的时候就念了这一段，
And he couldn't sleep that night. Interestingly, that piece of history was read to him.
那王就在问，
So the king
哎，
asked,
莫迪凯有没有奖赏他？
so was Mordecai rewarded for
人
this?
家说没有，
And people answer no.
哎，神就感动了王的心了。
So God moved the heart of the
他
king
救我，我既然没有赏赐他，
to help him realize that he saved him, but yet he did not reward
好大
him.
喜功的王，对于他的工程没有赏赐，他感觉好像很亏欠很大。
And the king felt guilty for not rewarding the doorkeeper that saved his life.
所以他就想办法，好，要赏赐他，
And so he had to think of a way to reward him.
收拾曼纳10块啊！刚好在早上的时候，早上起床的时候，哎，哈曼要来见王。
And the timing was perfect. In the morning, Haman came to see the king.
哎，结果这个见面的时候，哈曼来见王的目的是什么？
But what was the purpose of Haman coming to see the
要求
king?
把这个莫迪改把他吊上去啊！
And he came to ask king to hang Mordecai on the gallows.
结果王跟哈曼两个面对面见面的时候呢，就是王先讲话，不是哈曼先讲。
But when the two of them saw each other, it was the king that spoke
你
first.
看这个时间点多么宝贵啊！
Wasn't the timing perfect? It was very interesting.
哈曼要是这个哈曼先讲的话，可能莫迪改被吊上去了
If Haman had spoke first, perhaps Mordecai would have been hung on the gallows.
啊！结果是王先讲话，
But instead, the king spoke first.
王就对哈曼说了
So the king spoke to
啊，
Haman.
王所尊重他的人，我要怎么样对待他？
What should be done for the man whom the king delights to honor?
哈曼昨天又被王后请客，他想我是一个尊贵的，是王所尊贵的人，
Haman, who was just invited to the banquet the night before, thought that he was the
但
person.
是他没有想到王所讲的尊贵的是神曾经救过他的这莫迪改。
He never thought that the person the king was referring to was Mordecai, who saved the king.
王就问他说要怎么对待他？
And so the king asked him, how should I treat him?
这个哈曼哦，他这个人讲话，在这个时候提出的条件呢，有点过分了。
And so what's offered by Haman was a little over.
所以在第6章的这个第8节是说，当将王所穿的朝服和戴冠的御马交给王所极尊贵的一个大臣，命他将衣服给王所喜悦尊荣的人穿上，使他骑在马上走遍城的街市，在他的面前来宣告说，王所喜悦尊贵的人就要如此待他。你看从第9节这个地方可以看出，这个哈曼提出这种的条件，实在是相当过分的。
From verse 9, you can see that the reward that's offered by Haman was a little overboard.
你可以看出他心里虽然是做宰相，心里一直想要当王。
So from here you can tell that even though he was just a prime minister, he wanted to be the king.
所以他用这种方式说，要用这种方法对待王所尊贵的人。
So he offered the solution, this reward to treat the person that the king delights to honor.
哈曼万万没有想到，
But little did he realize.
王就说：“好，你这个建议很好。”王就说：“你这个建议很好啦，
The king said that this was a good plan
你就坐在莫迪改的身上。
and that go ahead and do it for Mordecai.
那时候你可以想到，哈曼那个时候真的是哑巴吃黄连，有苦说不出啊！怎么会这样？
And you can imagine at the time Haman was thinking to himself, how could this happen?
结果呢，王就叫他这样做，他就照着这样做，把莫迪改本来要害他的人，变成是王所最尊贵的。他又在前面在宣告说，莫迪改就是王所尊贵的人，又要这样子对待他，哇，丢脸是。哈曼是丢脸，是丢透了。
And he didn't have a choice but to do what the king asked him to do, to give reward and glory to Mordecai and take him around the city and say that thus it should be done for the man who the king delights to honor.
好，结果呢，他呢一丢脸丢了以后就丢了脸就回家去了。
And so Haman was very embarrassed, so he went home.
他把这些事情就讲给他太太听，
So he went and told his wife
还有他的朋友们听。
and all his friends.
他太太跟讲说你输了，
And his wife said that you lost
说你已
it
经在莫迪改的面前已经败落了。
and that you're fallen before Mordecai.
那个时间点已经 接近到皇后要邀请王第二场的筵席，邀请王跟哈曼到家在赴筵席的时候了。
And this is almost time before the second banquet set by Queen Esther.
正在他心情不舒服，这看得很气，又在那里不知道什么这点，王的人就派来了，叫他说赶快去参加皇后的筵席。
Right about when he was mourning, he was upset. The eunuch came to invite him to the second banquet.
就你可以看这个时间点上，就差了那一点点而已。
And you can see that this is just this happened so fast.
神就在这个时间把它转变。
And it was that time that God changed the history.
好，他去参加这个婚宴的时候，这个筵席的时候，
So when he went to attend the second banquet,
王就问说：“皇后，你信什么？”
the king asked the queen again, "What is it that you petitioned for?"
皇后就跟王讲说：“求你将我整个族的生命给我。”
And the queen asked the king, "Please let my life be given to me at my petition."
那个在第7章的第4节说：“因为我和我本族被卖的要被剪除、杀灭、灭绝我们的。”
And verse 4, "For we have been sold, my people and I, to be destroyed, to be killed, and to be annihilated."
王才知道说皇后请他来就是要求这个。
And this is when the queen realized that the king invited him to the banquet to petition this to him.
那王就问他说是谁？
And so the king asked her, who was it?
他说就是哈曼。
And so she said it was Haman.
皇后也是得到王所疼爱的。
The queen was well beloved by the king.
结果请来吃饭的时候，原来你要害死我的皇后。
And so when they attended the banquet, the king realized that he was trying to destroy
后
the
来经过一段
queen.
的折腾以后，王很生气，
And so the king was very
就
angry.
叫人家把哈曼都吊在他家的，人家都告诉他说，哈曼在家里做了一个五丈的高架，要吊死这个莫迪改。
He also heard that Haman set up a gallows that's 5 cubits high to hang Mordecai.
结果呢，王就说把哈曼都吊上去。
And the king gave the instruction to go ahead and hang Haman on the gallows.
把哈曼的所有的财物全部归给皇后去了。
And all the Haman's possession then been turned into the queen.
这个是第2个筵席。
This is the second set of banquets.
第3个我等下午再讲。
Then I'll save the third to this
那么
afternoon.
我们就可以发现到这2个筵席一对。第一个筵席是为第2个筵席所预备的。
We can see these 2 sets of the banquets. The first one is prepared for the second one.
那这些在讲些什么？
So are these banquets teaching us?
其实来讲，第1个筵席都是苦难的。
The first feast is all about
尤其在
tribulation.
皇后的第1个筵席当中，她跟她的族人要被消灭了。
Especially in the first banquet by the queen, her and her people are about to be
所以
annihilated.
这个所有的第1个筵席是为第2个筵席来预备。
The first banquet is to prepare for the second
第1
banquet.
个筵席是困苦，
The first banquet is
但是
tribulation,
第2个筵席是喜乐。
but the second banquet is joy.
原来这个以斯帖记里面，在这个地方来传达出一个很重要的一个信息。
And Book of Esther gave us a very important message.
我们做信徒的人，对神的作为，从以斯帖记当中可以得到一些启示。
As a believer of God, we can see some inspiration, revelation from the Book of Esther.
就是说，我们今天在这个世上，有时候碰到有很多苦难的事情、疾病的事情，或者是不公不义的事情。
And that is that in this life, we may see sickness, we may see tribulations or unrighteousness.
其实，当我们碰到这些困难的时候，我们常常希望就是说能否把它解决掉。
A lot of times when we face these tribulations, we want to solve it.
但是呢，神不一定照着我们所求的就把这个问题处理掉。
But God may not necessarily solve the problem per our request.
而是神为了我们预备的第2个筵席，把这个苦难把它转变成为喜乐。
But oftentimes through the second banquet or feast set by God, God will turn our tribulation into joy.
这个就是我们今天在读以斯帖记当中给我们去学习的一个道理。
And this is a teaching that we can learn from the Book of Esther.
也就是我们今天我们做一个信徒的人，
So today as a believer,
当我们遭遇到困难的时候，
when we see tribulation
当
and
我们在这个
challenges,
痛苦的时候，
when we are in suffering,
你怎么去面对它？
how do you face it?
你去埋怨吗？
Do you groan and
你是不平吗？ 你去抱怨吗？
Do you complain?
其实不重要，
This is not
也
important
是没有用的。
and is also useless.
其实，在这个期间点当中，我们要安静我们的心，
During this time, what we need to do is quiet our hearts
面对我们的困难，
and in order to face our
然
problem,
后来依靠神，来仰望神，
we rely on God and we look up to God.
就好像这个以斯帖皇后一样，
Just like Queen Esther,
叫他们宣布禁食3天，
she asked the Jews to fast for 3
来
days
求告神，
so that she can request
然后神
God.
就赐给她有智慧，
So, and God gave her the wisdom.
也让办了2个筵席。
So give her the wisdom to hold 2
第一个筵
banquets.
席，请王带着哈曼来，
The first banquet asked the king to attend with Haman,
可以让哈曼感到很高兴。
so that Haman will be filled with
简单的
joy.
讲，就是让他放掉心慌。
In other words, so that he let down his guard.
第二个筵席的时候，
But during the second banquet,
当你的心慌放掉了，没有预备，没有一种防备的心的时候，
when you let down your guard, you're not prepared.
就来一刀毙命。
And that she basically stabbed him with one try. So that saved all the Jews.
所以到了第三组的犹大人的这个筵席，
Then that will lead right into the third set of the feast, which is the feast of the
这
Jews.
个一步一步神怎么带，下回再来谈。
And we will talk more about how God led the Jews step by step.
那我们从这一段的历史当中，可以让我们学习到我们的信仰生活。
So during this piece of history, we can learn about our faith.
神是爱我们的
God loves us.
神不一定要把我们的困苦拿掉，
God may not necessarily take away our tribulation.
神会赐给我们聪明智慧，
God will give us wisdom
用更好的方法来胜过这些苦难。
to use an even better way to overcome our suffering.
唱诗，
So let us sing a hymn
来
together.
唱诗3。